Welcome back, guys. Tonight we've got a review of the Moen Nebia. Before we dive into this review, I want to just stop everybody that's already dreading this review. The first iteration of the Nebia was that wall-mounted, I'm not going to call it a platform, but you mount it to the walls and shower head attached to it. And it was an overhead one, and it got destroyed by the internet. A lot of complaints. Well, what nobody really ever mentioned, probably never realized, was that they redone it, and it's been out for quite a while. And I picked up the handheld variant. There is also a showerhead variant that is not at all like the original one. So before we get into it, I want to give you a heads up on that, and let's go check it out. All right, guys. So it is a Nebia by Moen. This is the second iteration. The first one was like I said, the tower one. This one, as far as the options on it, you have the cleanse, which was a huge upgrade for like most people because they wanted that extra pressure. This one, the relief, to me, is honestly more of a mix between these two. This one is just more jetty, it seems like, than that. So pressure-wise, I'd pick this, then this, and then of course the mist is last. All of these will be great for getting shampoo out of your hair. No issues there at all. Hottest, hotter, hot, coolest. With that said, though, you're not gonna have to crank it way up just to make it hot. It is noticeably cooler, but it's not way cooler. You'll be happy with it without adjusting the temperature. You can turn it up a little bit to make it as hot as that. What I found, because I have a actual valve that restricts, if you turn the pressure down, because it comes out slower, it's actually a lot hotter. So, and it still has enough pressure to get it out. So no combination I've found would be inadequate for getting shampoo out of hair. So it does have the magnetics. We're going to get into that in just a second. There's something I want to point out to people who haven't realized the issue with that. Alright, so before we dive into this, I want to get to the magnetic first. It's all in line. Now this is normally where the bracket would be for this. With that said, when I line it up, there's a huge height difference there. It comes to like my shoulders. So just wanted to point that out real quick. I have a shower riser coming in. So, yeah, gotta do what you gotta do to make this stuff work. So just claim 50% water savings, 60% more force, probably compared to the original one. Again, with me having a valve, that means nothing. There is a restrictor in it that you can pull out, of course. So I guess with that said, let's go check it out. All right, guys, let's dive into the review. So first we have better get out of the shower. I was making quesadillas last night in the tub. Alright, guys, so as I was saying, we have the first setting. Then it just slides down through each position. This is the mistiest one. The top one is the actual middle part. So let's go get started up. One thing I do want to mention when you're putting this thing on is you loosen this nut up, and it makes putting this on a lot easier. Honestly, it never feels tight, but it doesn't leak, so that's what you ideally are okay with. Let's go ahead and turn it on and see how it does. Alright, so first setting, like I said, we have the jet. Sorry, got some misting. It does make some weird noises, but that's nothing I can do anything about. Turning it down. Hang on, it's hard to do this one-handed. Okay, we have the second setting, which feels really misty and has some pressure. The third one, sorry for the bad camera work. This one feels way more jetty. This is the third setting I was telling you about. It feels kind of misty, 25%, 75% jetty. Last one was 50-50. And then we have the piece of resistance. Oh yeah, this is nice. Let's shut that curtain because it's coming in the floor. I know you guys cannot see anything at all, but it feels like the whole hand is getting hit. And it feels absolutely amazing. I'm hoping this audio video is decent. If it is not, I am so sorry. Again, back up through it, we have the middle setting. We have the setting that I think most people are going to like. Then we have what I would use for rinsing stuff out. One thing I do notice, and anyone that deals with handheld shower heads, when it siphons out at the end, it didn't drop it all out. It is pretty slow at coming out, so just a heads up there, you're going to have that issue. It's going to drain for a minute, but it's not going to be any issues as far as hurting anything. It just can't pull enough air in the shower head to evacuate all the water out, so it'll drip for some time. Out of there. One thing I do want to mention, it is very heavy. Even though this is plastic, so you can't move this down here, I thought about that. It's strictly on a dock. The dock itself, check this out. It is not coming off. Watch. Yeah, so that's not coming off on its own. You're going to have to tear it off. Again, I am getting a riser. If you do have an existing system like this for just a standard handheld shower, it does work just fine, and you can put it up in this clip by right there like every other one. I'm not going to do that though because I want to do it right. If the shower arm does not work out, then I am going to do that just because why not. But with that said, that has been my review of the Moen Nebia. If you got any questions for me, put in the comments. Turn to view or try. Put in the comments. With that said, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. You have a good night.